rising Maida. Hey, hey, hey!
You hope today.
I'm living better. Right, this music can only mean one thing. It's not the Old Firm derby. It's the darts, of course. The finals today. Luke Littler taking on Gian van Veen in what promises to be a thriller. Both men impressed at yesterday's semi-finals. Both overcoming tough opponents to book their spots in the final tonight. Joining us now to what is a massive matchup is former pro darts player, Paul Nicholson. Good morning, Paul. How are you doing?
Hi, Paul.
Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Shebahn.
Hello.
Hello, Paul. Paul, I've got to ask you because I watched the Littler match against Searle, and Searle got a good number of 180s, but boy, did he have some loose darts would cost him dearly last night.
Yeah, you're right. I think sometimes the loose darts are exacerbated when you play Luke Littler because he makes very few mistakes. And the fact that Luke is able to lift his average as the game goes on, he's probably the best long format player we've had since Phil Taylor in his prime. So when you make mistakes as a long format match goes on, everything is just, it feels like a trombone, really. Everything's just getting worse as things goes on.
He lost the first set, Littler, and but you sort of felt like you just touched on that it was inevitable that over the course of distance that Littler would just improve, punish mistakes, and his checkouts. At one stage, it felt like every time he got to double 20, he just went, one dart, thank you, off.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. The fact that he's known as the best double 10 hitter in the world was almost irrelevant last night because he didn't leave it. He was too busy hitting double top. But I was talking to one of the talkSPORT staff last night about some of the things that Littler was doing in the first set. It's like he went up there in the first set and tried to figure out how he was feeling for the evening. He wasn't even playing that well in the first set, and he was throwing a little differently. But then he was figuring it out in set two and then just didn't look back. His ability to have a 103 average all the way through sets 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then lift it by 2 or 3 points after that, just goes to show what he's capable of.
Yeah. I mean, look, fair play to Searle. He got to the semi-final and he's obviously earned a good few quid for himself. And, it reflect good on his season for sure. The second match, Anderson, was much tighter. Van Veen, who is clearly the talking point of this season at the darts because, he's been well known for the last year or two of improving. But to this level, to get the world final, I still think it's a bit of a surprise.
I think the main surprise, Tony, is the fact that over the last couple of seasons, he's been to Alexandra Palace and didn't win a match. But in 2025, what we had from young Gian van Veen is this degree of bounce-back ability. Now, he had his heart broken earlier in the year when he lost the final in one of our Players' Championship events. And you think, okay, he's suffering not being able to get over the line here, but he won the very next day. So he's able to mature quickly. And once he got his first win on the stage at the start of the tournament, after becoming a two-time youth champion of the world and a European champion by beating Luke Humphries in the final, I think what we're starting to see is the real Gian van Veen.
Okay. How do you see this one then going today? Do you think it's going to be another Luke the Nook special? I mean, £1 million up for grab. Not that he would be looking at that to change his life. His life has changed already, but does that affect things, do you think?
As much as we've made about the fact that it's the first £1 million man later on tonight, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I don't think the money's coming into it. I think these two really just want that trophy and they want the glory of lifting it at around 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. Littler doesn't need the money. He's made an incredible living over the last couple of years, which is a testament to everything he's done. Van Veen's made a lot of money himself over the course of the last couple of years as well. So I don't think they're thinking about the dollars tonight. I think they're thinking about the glory and nothing else because the trophy lasts forever. The money doesn't.
Yeah.
No. To tell us, Paul, I mean, it's been extraordinary rise. We talk about other sports that have, whether it's golf or football, the salaries that they earn and they escalate at such an alarming rate. But it weren't that long ago. And I remember darts for first prize was sort of £8,000, £10,000.
Yeah, just to put it into some sort of perspective, Tony, I made the quarterfinals of the World Darts Championship in 2009 and it was £20,000.
Wow.
Now, just to get into the tournament now is 15,000.
Yeah.
And then
First
there's
round,
128 players as well. So this is testament to what the PDC have done. It's the commercial viability of the sport as well, and the growth. Just even on the talkSPORT network in the last 9 years since we started covering it has been something rather extraordinary. I mean, last night when we had that Van Veen Anderson game, I was standing there with Ian Danter looking out at Jason Sudeikis from Ted Lasso having the time of his life. I mean, who thought that was possible 10 years ago? Nobody.
No, it's the place to be, isn't it? I mean, you watch
it's great for darts. It's great for darts.
Yeah.
Getting the coverage is just brilliant.
It is. I'm really proud to be involved in this sport, because when I was a kid, I thought the greatest thing in the world would be to meet Jockey Wilson or to possibly play a game against Dennis Priestley one day. I managed to play Dennis Priestley. I never got to meet Jockey before he sadly passed, but I don't think anybody thought, apart from maybe Barry Hearn and Eddie Hearn and Matthew Porter, who runs the PDC now, I think they thought that this was possible when anybody else didn't.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I would say Luke Littler had me jump on the bandwagon, but it's like the proper OGs, the ones who've been there from the beginning, must look at this now, like you say, and go, wow, look at this tournament now. It's unbelievable. What are you doing tonight? I take it you're there. Who do you think's going to win? Give us a prediction.
I'm going to be doing the second half of the final with Mark Wilson tonight, which is very exciting. So we'll get to call in the winner. Ian Danter's going to be with Chris Mason at the first half of the final as well. I would like to see this game go deep. We haven't had a sudden death set since 2015 when Gary Anderson beat Phil Taylor. I'd like it to go that length. I think we'll get 12 sets. And I think Littler's going to win 7-5.
And a quick mention for John McDonald, because it's his last one, isn't it, tonight?
Yeah, this is a very poignant day in our sport, because George Noble, the referee who has been around for more than a couple of decades, he's going to be reffing the final. It's his last match as a pro ref. And John McDonald is only our second full-time MC since 1993. Wow. We had Phil Jones. Then we had John McDonald, who is going to be putting the microphone down tonight. That's going to be an extremely poignant night. And then someone has to take over from John. And it's going to be an emotional evening for everyone.
Oh, very nicely said. Paul, enjoy tonight. Hope it goes well. We'll catch up with you again maybe tomorrow if you're up and about.
I'm sure I will be.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Take care of yourself, former darts player Paul Nicholson, live with you here on talkSPORT tonight from the Ali Pally in the PDC World Darts Final. Do you think it's going to be Luke Littler or Van Veen?
I do. But this Van Veen is some player. He's
Van Veen or Van Veen?
Well, I've heard it's Van Veen more than...
Paul just called him Gian as well. And I went, oh no, I've been calling him Gian all morning.
Look, it's Veen, isn't it, his surname? That's how it's spelled.
Yeah,
so,
but,
Gian
Van Veen.
Some people say one thing. But, I think he'll be tight because he is a really terrific player. Luke Littler is an extraordinary player.
Yep. Up for a good showdown tonight.